This will be part 5 and the last part of Microsoft Excel 2013 Chapter 1. Everyone is on page 44, and page 44 talks about our document properties. First thing I need for you to do is make sure that you are on this worksheet, the Monthly Budget Planner worksheet. Now, go to the very top left-hand corner and click on File. And on the right-hand side of your screen, you will see different properties. It allows you to show the document panel, advanced properties. You can add a category, a tag, a title, and we did talk about this briefly in our Word unit. At the bottom, if you logged in to the computer under your account, your name should automatically pop up here. However, if it doesn't, you can add your own name as an author. Go ahead and turn to page 45. At the bottom of page 45, it starts to talk about how to print a worksheet. When you are distributing your information, one way to do that is to print a hard copy or a printout. At the bottom of the page, it talks about green computing. Sending your workbooks electronically saves paper and printer supplies, so try to not print if it's not necessary. All right, turn to page 46. We are going to preview and print a worksheet in landscape orientation. So click on the File tab, and then click on Print. We want to verify that the printer that we want to use is available and ready. So you would click here, and if you have multiple printers, you would select the one that you would use. This one is ready to go. This one is not because it's offline. This one is ready. This one has low toner, so if you have a huge document, it might not completely print out, or the quality may be low. So because we are practicing green computing, you are not able to print this out, but I wanted to show you how in case you do get that opportunity to do so. Our next task is number 3 at the bottom of page 46. It says click the portrait orientation button. Right now, our document is in portrait orientation. You can kind of think of that as if it were a picture, a school picture. That would be your portrait. But we want to select the landscape orientation. Our information, as you can see in the print preview section, our print preview shows that the information is cut off after the month of June. And so when we print this out, down here it tells us we have 2 pages. This is page 1, this is page 2. When we print this out, we'll have 2 pages. Let's see if landscape orientation helps us with that. And it does somewhat. It's added July, August, September on here, but we still have 2 pages. And we really just want to print out 1 page. We're going to hand this, and it would look a lot nicer. We're going to hand it to our boss. And we can put it all on 1 sheet of paper if we click at the bottom where it says no scaling. And we want to fit the sheet, the worksheet, or the Excel spreadsheet all on 1 page. So let's click on Fit Sheet on 1 page. And when you click that, you can see that it looks like everything is on 1 page. And if we come down here, we see that we only have 1 page. We can't click over. Okay, now turn to page 47. And next thing you want to do is click the print button. If you need more than 1 copy, you can select here and type in or use the arrows. and you'll click Print. Now turn to page 48. At the bottom of page 48, it talks about auto calculate. You can easily obtain a total, an average, or other information about the numbers in a range by using the auto calculate area on the status bar. We are going to use the auto calculate area to determine a maximum. So turn to page 49, at the top of page 49. Go ahead and click on the Home tab so that we have our data available to us, and select the range from B19 and grab that fill handle and pull it over to the right to M19. Okay, so after you select cells B19 to M19, let's look down here at our status bar across the bottom. And we know that the average of those selected cells is $165.57. And if yours is off just a little, that's okay. We know that there are 12 cells selected, and the sum of those cells, if you add all those up, would come to $1,986.82. And thankfully, that's not in the negative. So all of these that have parentheses around them, those are in the negative. In the status bar, go over to the left a little bit and place your pointer there, and then right-click on the mouse. And this allows us to customize that status bar. And you can see that the average is selected, checkmarked, the count is checkmarked, and the sum is checkmarked, along with a lot of other things. But we want to go ahead and add maximum to it. So checkmark maximum just by clicking on it. Then you can see that it was added here. The maximum amount in those 12 cells is $3,845.36. Okay, and once you've selected that check mark, just click anywhere in the document to cause that shortcut menu to disappear. Now let's talk about correcting errors. As you recall from part 1, part 2, I had made some errors, but we corrected them then. At the bottom of page 49, it says you can correct errors on a worksheet using one of several methods. The method you choose will depend on the extent of the error and whether you notice it while entering the data or after you have entered the incorrect data into the cell. Turn to page 50. On page 50, I'm going to let you all pause this video and read page 50. And then when you come back, we will talk about what is at the bottom, the insert mode and the overtype mode. Okay, so go ahead and pause. Okay, you've finished reading page 50, but I want to bring your attention at the bottom next to last paragraph where it talks about insert mode and overtype mode. When Excel enters exit mode, the keyboard usually is in insert mode. In insert mode, as you type a character, Excel inserts the character and moves all the other characters to the right of the typed character, one position at a time. You can change that to overtype mode by pressing the insert key on your keyboard. In overtype mode, Excel just overtypes whatever is already there, the characters, and they do that to the right of the insertion point. this insert key on your keyboard toggles the keyboard between insert mode and overtype mode. So let's practice that real quick. Go ahead and click on cell B22 and type in 1234 and hit enter. Now go ahead and click back on cell B22 and on your keyboard select or key the insert key, and it is on the right hand side of your keyboard above the four arrows, and it says insert on it, so hit that. And now when you type, let's type 5678. Okay, that totally didn't do what I was wanting it to do. But you know what? I'll show you that example at another time. Let's just go ahead and click at the very top left-hand corner, undo, undo, and then let's just delete that info and click save. Now, if you don't have the undo button, you need to click here on your customize your quick access toolbar, and you need to make sure that undo is checkmarked. And in your book, turn to page 51. On page 51, it talks about undoing the last cell entry. Excel remembers the last 100 actions that you've completed, so you can undo up to 100 previous actions with just one click. And to do that, you would click here, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 actions that it has recorded for me. Um, you may have more, but if you wanted to just undo all of those, you would click on undo. Just, well, you would click right here on the bottom one. But let's say I just wanted the last 3 undid. I would just click here, or I can cancel. Okay, now turn to page 52. The information on page 52 talks about clearing a cell or a range of cells, and you can go ahead and pause the video and read through that. And after you've read that, now we're going to talk about clearing the entire worksheet. If you wanted to clear all of this data out, then what you would do is you would click on Select All button on the worksheet. To select all, go in the top left-hand corner near the A column and the 1 row and select or click on that rectangle there. And you can see that everything has been selected. To deselect it, just click back in your worksheet. So let's select all. And the next item, I don't want you to actually do this, but if you were wanting to clear all that information, make sure you're on the Home tab, and on the ribbon, go all the way to the right, and this white rectangular item is supposed to be an eraser. So click on the drop-down menu, and if you were to want to delete all that information, you would click on Clear All. And you could actually do that by, if you didn't want to lose the information, you can do this with me. Click Clear All. Everything is gone. We didn't want to do that, so we can just come up here in the top left-hand corner and undo that action. Okay, click Save. And turn to page 54. On page 54 is a chapter summary. So we've covered everything within the chapter. At the bottom is a consider this. What decisions will you need to make when creating workbooks and charts in the future? You need to read through that. and we will start our individual lessons, and those are on page 55. So go ahead and turn to page 55. You are going to complete the apply your knowledge, and you will need the document titled Apply 1-1 Treagle Market, and that will be on the apps drive, teachers folder, Wilkinson folder, um, etc. I'll write it on the board so that you can find it. Okay, so go ahead and turn to page 55 and get started on that.